Food theory, the dark history of McDonaldland. Now, McDonaldland seems like a terrible, awful experience, bro. Like, imagine, this sounds like it's supposed to be something like Disneyland. And then you just walking around, and then just like everywhere you turn, there's just like 6 Ronald McDonald's, and they're all just frozen in place, hands at their sides, they're wide-eyed, and they're just staring deep into your soul, bro. And then the whole time while you trying to have a fun-filled, jam-packed, family fun day, and then you're just anxious because Ronald McDonald's about to take your fucking cheeks, bro. So as soon as you get on Splash Mountain, bro, Ronald's climbing in that damn cabin with you, bro, so I'd be absolutely terrified, bro, but let's see.
1 McDonald's hamburger, please.
The year is 1971, and that'll be 28 cents, kid.
What an unusual thing for you to do to specify the year, but okay. By the way, what are those? Why would you fill this family restaurant with these creepy monsters?
Creepy? What are you talking about? It's 1971. That's what kids like you are into these days, apparently.
Menacing.
Hey kid, you alright?
Sorry, I gotta go make a YouTube video.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Alright. Food
Hello,
theory.
Internet. Welcome
Hey,
to
man.
Food Theory, where our ice cream machine is almost never broken, and for that reason,
Hell
you should probably
yeah.
buy some Food Theory merch. These are actually your final few days to pick up these items, so don't be distracted by my stellar modeling theorists. The merch line is what you gotta be focusing on right now. I absolutely love how this ramen t-shirt came out, and if you're in the mood to be flamin' hot this summer, why don't you sport that on your clothing with some flamin' hot Theory shirt action. Speaking of it being a flamin' hot summer, are you staying hydrated? Well, grab yourself some Food Theory reusable cups to beat the heat, complete with the little curly bendy straw. And you know we've got ourselves that Food Theory apron for your summertime barbecue needs. Links for all of it and more are down in the description below, so be sure to check out the all new Food Theory merch line if you haven't already. Only available for the next
Gucci
48
who?
hours or
Fuck
so.
no,
Now
I'm rocking the Food Theory
in a previous
apron.
episode, we discussed the incredible
playing with me.
origins and expansion.
Quit playing with me, Givenchy. Fuck no. Louis V, hell no. Prada, get out of here with that, bro. I'm rocking the Food Theory drip.
It's links for all of
Quit
it and
playing
more
with
are
me.
down in the description below, so be sure to check out the all-new Food Theory merch line if you haven't already. Only available for the next 48 hours or so. Now then, theorists, in a previous episode we discussed the incredible origins and expansion of the McDonald's Corporation, masterminded by the legendary businessman Ray Kroc throughout the 50s and 60s. I said in that episode, and I'll say it again here, if you haven't seen the movie The Founder yet, do yourself a favor, put it on the watch list. Seriously, it is fascinating. But today, I'd actually like to pick up where our previous episode and The Founder both leave off, because as fascinating as McDonald's origin
It's
story
Batman.
may be, it's
Wait, let me find out Batman is the mastermind.
both leave off, because as fascinating as McDonald's origin story may be, it's hardly the most interesting era of McDonald's history. For my money, that would be the 70s and 80s, when McDonald's went all in on marketing to children and firmly established themselves as the go-to fast food chain worldwide as a result. How exactly did McDonald's go about hooking Gen X on their products so effectively, you ask? Illegal stuff. And the moral of today's story,
Crack. I can tell you exactly how. They put crack in them damn French fries. That's how they did it. There's crack in the French fries, there's heroin in the burger meat, and there's meth in the chicken nuggets, bro. That's why it's so addictive. That's why it's so delicious, bro. That's why I bathe in sweet and sour sauce, bro, because it's euphoric.
About hooking Gen X
Makes
on their
me feel
products so
good.
effectively, you ask? Illegal stuff. And the moral of today's story, friends, crime sometimes does pay. And it all begins with just one word, McDonaldland.
Welcome, Eric, to McDonaldland.
Hell yeah.
Of course it's me, and all your other friends, too. Come on in and look around.
Okay, so if you're a bit confused by what you just witnessed, don't worry, you're not alone. If you're a millennial of a certain age like yours truly, you probably remember bits and pieces of the McDonaldland era the way that you remember bits and pieces of a creepy dream. The fiberglass character statue of Ronald McDonald.
Imagine
and his
being
friends,
old.
The burger stools
Imagine
that were
being
basically
older than
too
30.
slippery to sit on. The playgrounds where kids got to pretend that they were in jail for some reason. These were
What?
the McDonaldland park. Kids got to pretend that they were in jail.
Man, where I'm from, you don't gotta go to McDonald's land to go to jail as a child, bro. Just spend a day on my block. Just spend a day on my block where I'm from, bro, and you will end up in the real jail. You don't need McDonald's land.
For some reason, these were the McDonaldland parks, the predecessors of the Place ball pits and the Nintendo 64 kiosks that we all know and love today. And they were wildly successful at getting families to eat at McDonald's until they basically got sued out of existence, and not for the reasons that you might expect. See, when Ray Kroc began franchising McDonald's restaurants in the mid-50s, one of the first things he did was write a letter to Walt Disney. The two men actually knew each other from when they served together in the same World War I ambulance corps. Small world, right? At this point, Walt had just...
Yeah, we watched a video about this, right? And Ray was like, yo, Walt, my guy, my boy, my OG, we go way back. Let me put one of these damn McDonald's in your Disneyland. I got you. And then Walt Disney was like, hell nah, motherfucker. That weak-ass McDonald's don't belong here in the land of magic. And then McDonald's got hella rich, hella big, and then Disney's like, you know what? Is that McDonald's offer still on the table? I remember, we watched a video about this.
Opened up Disneyland, and already the theme park was connecting with American families in a way that was undeniable. Kroc's letter expressed his desire to put McDonald's franchises inside Disneyland, but ultimately the two businessmen were unable to make the deal happen. Kroc, who wasn't exactly the type to take rejection lying down, started thinking about opening his own McDonald's theme park in LA. Ultimately, though, he settled for smaller McDonaldland parks at numerous franchises across the country, and the McDonaldland cast of characters, starring the definitely not at numerous...
So McDonaldland isn't even like a giant amusement park. It's literally just a fucking playground outside of the McDonald's, dude. Like, it's like they literally just moved all of this shit inside, and then, boy, there you go, there's a modern day McDonald's. What is this? This is a scam. This is a scam. Like, it's, you drive down the block, 5 minutes, pull up to your nearest McDonald's, boom, and it's a happy sunshine magic.
Franchises across the
country.
What
is this?
And the McDonaldland cast of characters, starring the definitely not creepy clown Ronald McDonald, were brought to life shortly thereafter in Saturday morning TV commercials.
Ronald's gonna take you on a trip through McDonaldland. There's thick shake volcanoes, you'll even find a French fry patch.
Ronald's friends in Gen 1 McDonaldland included the Professor, a mad scientist type whose shtick was thinking up inventions like the perfect burger, only to be reminded that McDonald's already has that.
A hamburger! It worked. It worked. Well, almost.
There was also Mayor McCheese and police officer Big Mac.
Study harder and have a cheeseburger.
Though it becomes quickly apparent that McDonaldland is...
Who wins? Who wins in a street fight? Big Mac or the Burger King guy? Who wins?
Have a cheeseburger.
Though it becomes quickly apparent that McDonaldland is in more of a Gotham City ineffectual legal system situation where those two don't really do a whole lot, and everyone just relies on the local clown to mete out his vigilante justice against the villains. So when you think about it, actually the exact opposite of Gotham City.
The burger alarm!
And let me tell you, there were a lot of villains. There was the Hamburglar, who naturally was a thief who stole hamburgers. There was also Captain Crook, a pirate who also steals food, but pretty much focused all his efforts on the Filet-O-Fish sandwich. And last, but certainly not least, there was the evil Grimace. Yeah, for the first year of the McDonaldland campaign, the Grimace was a huge purple blob monster with 4 arms that he used to snatch up milkshakes and soda
is
like
that
a
a giant
fast
turd?
food Jabba the Hutt.
Where's the Coke? Where are the shakes?
Now, on one
Bro,
hand,
they're smart. This is a subliminal message. They're telling the parents, hey, parents, our food is so good that if you continuously feed it to your children, they'll love it so much, they'll end up turning into this fat, obese, disgusting fat blob.
With 4 arms,
there you go. It's a warning.
Soda like a fast food Jabba the Hutt.
Where's the Coke? Where are the shakes?
Now, on one hand, McDonaldland and Disneyland aren't even close to each other. Like, one is a world-class tourist destination spawned from one of the greatest entertainment minds of the century. The other is trying to sell you grilled pink goo in 30-second increments. I don't mean to be negative towards McDonaldland or anything, but it kind of has to be said. The characters are just downright creepy, and I don't think anyone's gonna disagree with me when I say that they don't achieve that same Disney magic.
Don't forget to feed the wastebaskets, because they're hungry too.
That's right, we are. And we'd like to ask a favor of you.
What?
Would you mind letting us have the paper, please, when you're through?
But for as fun as it is to rag on the McDonaldland production values and general weirdness, simple fact of the matter is that McDonaldland really worked. The 70s and 80s, McDonaldland's heyday, were boom decades for McDonald's. The corporation navigated the 1970s recession with ease, growing at an average rate of 15%. With its new recession-proof image, the McDonald's Corporation would go on to join the prestigious Dow Jones Industrial Average. The McDonaldland characters were used to launch the Happy Meal in 1979. Today, Happy Meals rake in $3 billion in revenue annually. That is $8.2 million per day on Happy Meals alone. And on top of boosting food sales, the McDonaldland characters brought in untold...
Bro, you know what I realized? You know what I realized about Happy Meals? Happy Meals are a fucking scam. Happy Meals are the biggest fucking scam, bro. If you look at a Happy Meal, if you look at the price of a Happy Meal, right? A Happy Meal's like $5, $6, bro. It's like the price of a normal meal, dude. So, right, you get a little burger, little burger, right? A little bit of fries, some apple slices, you know what I'm saying? Nice, delicious beverage and a toy, right? $6. For $3, I can get a bigger burger, more fries, and a bigger drink. I just don't got a toy. I can go pull up to the Dollar Tree right next door and buy a toy from Dollar Tree for the same price, bro. A Happy Meal is literally a scam, bro. I'm telling you. You better off just buying from the dollar menu and then going to Walmart and buying the cheapest fucking toy.
Happy Meals
I'm telling
alone.
you.
And on top of boosting food sales, the McDonaldland characters brought in untold amounts of revenue decade after decade in the forms of toys, merchandise, straight to VHS series. In short, McDonaldland was everywhere. For American kids in the 70s and 80s, it was about as ubiquitous as a marketing campaign can possibly be. And you want to know the craziest thing about it? The entire McDonaldland campaign was built on stolen intellectual property. See, creepiness and low production values aside, it's pretty plain to see how a lot of McDonaldland's inspiration was, let's say, borrowed from Disneyland. Both are immersive magical worlds where costumed characters interact with children, and both feature themed attractions, though of course not all attractions are created equally. A Hamburglar-themed swing set does not a Space Mountain make. Heck, even the names are similar. I mean, come on, McDonaldland? Like, did McDonald's even consider a second name, or did they just immediately rubber stamp the first thing that popped into Ray Kroc's head? The only thing that would make the ripoff even...
A burger is $13 here. What fucking burger are you ordering? I have never heard of a $13 McDonald's burger. Have you lost your mind? And if there was, nobody's buying that shit. Nobody goes to McDonald's to spend $13. You go to McDonald's to spend like $4. Like, that's it.
Or did they just immediately rubber stamp the first thing that popped into Ray Kroc's head? The only thing that would make the ripoff even more direct was if this place was called Crocland. Actually, Crocland would be pretty cool. And this whole practice of borrowing ideas, let's just say McDonald's is no stranger to the practice. If nothing else, Ray Kroc was a man who knew great business ideas when he saw them. He recognized the McDonald brothers' speedy service system as a great idea. He recognized Harry Sonneborn's model of leasing company-owned real estate to franchisees as a great idea. And he obviously recognized the brilliance of Disneyland. But it doesn't stop there. The inspirations get even more intense. The Ronald McDonald character was rather liberally borrowed in affect and style from another baby boomer kid culture phenomenon, Bozo the Clown, a TV series that syndicated its live clown show concept to different regions by Bozo the
I fully believe the man behind this makeup has about 6 different felony charges.
Clown, a TV
There's no
series
way.
that syndicated
That dude
its
is
live
creepy.
clown show concept to different regions by having local TV
And it's all
employees
so
wear
somewhere one of
identical
it's for
makeup.
embezzlement.
And yes, this is what The Simpsons' Krusty the Clown was a direct
And
satire
tax evasion.
of. One of those local TV guys was future national TV news icon Willard Scott, who McDonald's hired to recreate his version of the routine as the first ever Ronald McDonald, after some trial and error with the costume, of course.
Mom told me never to talk to strangers.
Well, your mother's right as always, but I'm Ronald
That
McDonald.
is
Give me a McDonald's shake.
horrifying.
And if McDonald's had just stopped there, if they had merely borrowed McDonaldland concepts from Disney and Bozo the Clown, yeah, probably wouldn't be a lawsuit. There's a connection, certainly, but not a direct ripoff. But McDonaldland clearly crossed into copyright infringement territory when it came to H.R. Puffnstuff, a 1969 television series, lol, about a young boy who visits a magical island where everything is alive and ruled over by a friendly dragon that acts as the mayor. Yeah, I don't know what's harder to believe here, the fact fact that that thing's a mayor or that thing's a dragon. The show, created by Sid and Marty Krofft, featured their signature blend of live-action actors, puppets, and light special effects. Huh, why do those talking trees suddenly look so familiar? 17 episodes
Like the
of
Wizard
HR
of Oz.
Puffnstuff hit the airwaves in 1969.
It's literally
but
the
show
Wiz.
was so
It's
familiar.
literally the Wizard of Oz, bro. There's a wicked witch. You got the Wicked Witch, bro. I'm telling you.
Actors, puppets, and light special effects. Huh.
Look at
why do
this.
those
There's the
talking
fucking.
features
It's the Munchkins.
signature blend of live-action
Like the
actors, puppets,
Lollipop
and light
Guild.
special effects. Huh, why do those talking trees suddenly look so familiar? 17 episodes of HR Puffnstuff hit the airwaves in 1969, but the show was so popular that those same 17 episodes remained on TV via reruns and syndication until 1985.
That's crazy.
Decades later, Puffnstuff was named one of TV Guide's top cult shows ever. McDonald's ad agency at the time, Needham, Harper, and Steers, thought that this was exactly the vibe and audience that they were looking for with McDonaldland. So they went to the Crofts with a proposal of, hey, would you like to do the Puffnstuff thing again, but like this time everything is themed around hamburgers? And well, yes, some progress was made. The Crofts eventually got a call that the agency was going to go in a completely different direction, which was a complete lie because the McDonaldland campaign hit TV just a few months later, and things looked a bit similar to Puffnstuff.
Not with this magic potion I'm brewing. It's guaranteed to protect you from the witch's spells, and it's just about ready.
Oh, my psychedelic electric hamburger machine will make the best hamburger in the world!
Boom.
Okay.
Possible
I can
reason
see
for the
that.
similarities?
Bro,
McDonald's
I don't
is
know, man. I feel like the whole concept of a mad scientist trying to come up with the next greatest invention and it all just blows up in his face, I feel like that's a very, like, common, well-known, cliche type of thing. So to say McDonald's basically just ripped it straight from Puffnstuff, they probably did. They probably did they probably just rip it right out the show, but that whole concept of scientists blowing shit up in their own faces, that's nothing like rare, you know what I'm saying? It's not like just one guy came up with that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's been used so many times.
Ad agency straight up hired many of the same voice actors and production crew who'd worked on Puffnstuff to perform more or less the same functions.
Stand right side up.
I am right side up. You're upside down.
And they're upside down.
No, Grievous, you are.
The most egregious was Mayor McCheese. He looked like Puffnstuff, had the same job
Okay.
and uniform as Puffnstuff.
Now I can see it. Now they stole their shit.
Puffnstuff.
You ought to know by now that all owls say who.
What'll we do? Oh my, this is awful.
To add insult to injury, McDonaldland even got a lucrative licensing deal with the Ice Capades, which, if you're not familiar, was a touring show where kids could see their favorite characters doing what they do best, triple axles on ice skates. This was a big deal because up until that point, the Crofts had always gotten the Ice Capades deal for themselves.
Bro, I've never been to one of those ice skating shows, but they never appealed to me, bro. Like, why would I want to see SpongeBob hitting fucking pirouettes and 720 spins on ice skates, bro, and doing some, like, synchronized dance with Mr. Krabs? I had no desire to watch that shit.
Ice skates. This was a big deal because up until that point, the Crofts had always gotten the Ice Capades deal for themselves. This was too much for even a couple of mild-mannered puppeteers to take, and the Crofts did what had to be done. They sued McDonald's ad agency.
Order! Burglar, what do you have to say for yourself?
A likely story.
He's guilty.
Yep, in 1971, Puffnstuff dragged Ronald and the gang straight into a federal copyright lawsuit, which, as these things are wont to do, dragged on for years behind the scenes of what was otherwise one of the most successful ad campaigns in history. An ad campaign that for a time was the template by which all other fast food marketing was judged. Ronald and his kid friends were skipping through the hamburger patches doing G-rated Battle with Silly Pirates. Literally at the same moment, they were also fighting for their very survival in appellate court. And guess what? They lost. The court granted McDonald's a grace period to transform McDonaldland into something less infringing, and so Big Mac, Mayor McCheese, and the Professor all got the boot, while the human-ish characters like Hamburglar and Captain got softened up and made more mascot-like. It also meant that the concept of McDonaldland itself, a magical place that pretty closely resembles the world of HR Puffnstuff, had to go too, which is why Ronald started kicking around in real-world locations surrounded by new non-copyright infringing friends. Stuff that is probably a lot more familiar to all us 90s kids. In the end, the courts forced the company to pay fees totaling, get this,
$1 million.
Oh my god, that ain't shit. That's, dude. Bro, McDonald's wipes their ass with $1 million, dude. They ain't worried about it. They ain't worried about it, bro. Like, you ever find a nickel? Like, you just randomly find a nickel, like, in the couch? That's McDonald's and $1 million, bro. Oh, hey, I found $1 million. They ain't worried about that.
Adjusted for inflation, those $1,044,1977 would be worth $4.5 million today dollars.
Still ain't
which, again,
shit.
isn't even close to the company's Happy Meal sales on a given day. So yeah,
exactly.
It seems the HR Puffnstuff lawsuit taught McDonald's a valuable lesson, and the lesson was crime definitely pays. For an entire generation of Americans, McDonaldland is inextricably linked to the McDonald's brand, a brand that today is valued over $88 billion. Ronald McDonald, who himself was kind of a sketchy copy, may have lost some of his explicit rip-off friends as a result of the court's decision, but who needs friends when you're McRich? He's been laughing all the way to the McBank ever since. But hey, that's just the perfect opportunity for me to congratulate the
That's not really a theory, like, he's literally just spitting facts. It's not much of a food theory, it's more of just a food fun facts, you know what I'm saying? But dude, bro, why am I not surprised McDonald's is up to some shady shit all the time, bro? As soon as they decided to make some weird, creepy felon clown their fucking mascot, dude, I knew it all went to fucking shit, dude. Like, who wakes up in the morning and thinks, do I want to go to Disneyland or McDonaldland? I think I'm going to fucking McDonaldland, dude. Which wasn't much of land. Wasn't a whole lot of land to it, bro. It's like they just took a section of the parking lot, roped it off, and put a swing set and called it McDonald's Land, bro. So, McDonald's Land was a scam. Happy Meals are a scam. And McDonald's is nothing but just one giant scam. Look at that, bro. They scamming small children out of their allowance money, bro. Nice.